Hello, and welcome to our lesson on warehousing and storage equipment. This segment will cover understanding supply chain inventory. The best place to start our discussion of lean supply chains is to comprehend the fundamental ideologies of inventory management. It discusses the different types of inventories, the costs associated with holding inventory, and the changing view of inventory as a financial and operating liability rather than an asset. Inventory represents the largest asset investment for most manufacturers, wholesalers, and retailers. The 5 primary categories of inventory are raw material and semi-finished item inventory, work in process, WIP inventory, finished goods inventory, maintenance, repair and operating, MRO, supplies inventory, pipeline or in-transit inventory. This inventory comprises materials acquired from suppliers or internally produced to aid production directly. Raw materials, bought in bulk or unfinished, encompass chemicals, resins, or petroleum. Semi-finished inventory includes components used in the final production process. Producers depend on raw materials or semi-finished inventory to meet production needs, which are managed mainly by purchasing, materials planning, or supply chain managers. Work in process, WIP, represents the cumulative inventory across all processing centers, comprising materials awaiting transfer, undergoing current processing, or queued due to capacity constraints or machine issues. Elevated WIP levels may signal production bottlenecks or delays. Research indicates that 36% of WIP is typically in line for further processing, 27% awaits movement to another area, 4% is in transit, and only 24% is actively being processed. Excessive WIP at a workstation may necessitate rerouting material flow to another center. Finished goods inventory comprises completed items ready for shipment or future orders. Monitoring this inventory is crucial for firms producing items ahead of customer demand. An excess of finished goods may signal decreased demand, while a shortage may indicate rising demand or a mismatch between forecasted and actual demand. Firms operating in a make-to-stock environment anticipate future orders and hold finished inventory. In contrast, make-to-order firms produce goods in response to specific customer orders, with just-in-time firms typically operating in a make-to-order environment. MRO inventory consists of essential items supporting production and operations, such as office supplies, spare parts, tools, and computers. In contrast, pipeline/in-transit inventory refers to goods in transit to customers or within distribution channels. For instance, consumable goods on trucks or store shelves are owned by the supplying company or distributor, who receives payment upon consumer purchase. Excessive inventory negatively impacts a company's working capital, tying up funds that could be utilized more efficiently elsewhere. The costs associated with ordering and holding physical inventory further contribute to this drawback. The simplest and most straightforward inventory-related cost to measure is the unit cost. Unit cost can be calculated in different ways. It represents the price paid for each item acquired from a supplier or internal source. Additionally, finished products have a unit cost that involves more intricate calculations, considering not only the direct material, but also factoring in labor cost and allocated overhead. Cost accountants play a key role in identifying and assigning these costs. Ordering costs are a composite of the costs associated with releasing a material order. These costs may include generating and sending a material release, transportation, and any other cost connected with acquiring a good. If a firm produces an item or good, the ordering cost may include machine setup costs. Carrying costs, comprising the cost of capital, storage expenses, and factors like obsolescence, deterioration, and loss, are associated with maintaining physical inventory. The investment in inventory holds an opportunity cost as it ties up financial resources that could be used elsewhere. These costs encompass expenses related to storage space, insurance, and maintaining inventory, making them variable and dependent on inventory levels. Unlike variable costs, fixed costs remain unaffected by changes in inventory levels in the short run. Additionally, holding inventory introduces risks such as theft, damage, spoilage, and obsolescence. In dynamic industries like technology, obsolescence poses a significant threat, with inventory losing functionality due to rapid technological advancements. The financial risk of extended inventory holding is particularly evident, with obsolescence becoming a critical concern. In various industries, inventory costs typically range between 15 to 25% of the inventory value, influenced by the company's cost of capital. The total carrying cost includes various components. To calculate the inventory carrying cost, multiply the average unit inventory by the unit price and the annual carrying cost percentage. For instance, if a company maintains an average inventory of 1,000 units priced at $1 each, with an annual carrying cost of 25%, the total yearly inventory carrying cost is $250, 1,000 units by $1 by 0.25. Quality costs encompass expenses related to defective items or goods. The overall cost of inventory ownership extends beyond unit, ordering, and carrying costs. Assessing the cost of subpar quality aids in pinpointing underlying issues. Additional costs stemming from faulty inventory encompass field failure, rework, poor product yields, inspection, lost production, and warranty expenses. Quantifying total costs for ordering and carrying physical inventory is often challenging due to historical neglect and a lack of systems for cost identification. Traditional cost accounting systems struggle to pinpoint and allocate accurate costs for maintaining physical inventory. Nevertheless, activity-based costing accounting systems are increasingly adept at quantifying distinct inventory-related costs. Modern enterprise resource planning systems contribute to more precise inventory-level measurements, replacing estimates with accurate data. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall continue discussing Understanding the Supply Chain Inventory. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.